Imagine a time wherein you could just exist in tranquil nature with all that's around you, being cognizant of the beauty offered by things that were just natural, as opposed to notifications, alerts, phone text messages, and all those other distractions that just bombard you in modern society. Imagine being able to sit down and just enjoy being with yourself rather than being pushed towards this idea of always wanting to achieve more, of always working towards a goal that you're forced to put down into a tangible form instead of being able to sit with yourself. And that's how modern day productivity runs. It pushes this agenda of wanting to push more onto the individual, forcing them to be this kind of machine, this kind of factory with no higher ceiling of an output, but rather purely just focusing on achieving more and more, with it never being enough to just achieve and be satisfied with what you have received currently. Now, on the flip side of this, it can also be said that sometimes we push ourselves to do more, and in turn, we just avoid actually working towards our goal. What does this mean? It means that sometimes we use this phenomenon, or rather, this agenda that's forced onto us, known as productivity, to actually avoid getting any form of work done. We wish to find the perfect system, the perfect routine, the perfect new trendy thing that'll actually be more effective in pushing us towards being productive. And in turn, we waste a bunch of time adopting new principles, new methods of avoiding the actual task at hand, and instead focusing on prioritizing some new beauty routine or coming up with the perfect template or coming up with the right setup that'll force us or that'll motivate us to actually get done with the work that we actually have to finish on time. But in turn, we have this tremendous routine to do, these tremendous things that we must first finish so that we can find this motivation to actually sit down and get this productive task we need doing done. And instead, we waste a lot longer a period of time, hours on end, focusing on some kind of perfect ritual or routine to be motivated enough to be productive with our work. Why not just decide that this is when you're going to do the work and get it done with, rather than focusing on some kind of routine or ritual to actually perform this task? This way, the rest of the time is available to you to do whatever you want, and it makes it so much easier to just be able to focus on other things. Now, of course, this comes with the issue that, oh, it was this easy to get your work done. What if you fill up your plate with even more work? What then? Do you endlessly and progressively continue taking on more and more tasks to do, and in turn burn yourself out? And is that the upper ceiling of what it means to be productive? Or is there a standard pushed onto you by what you see online to get more work done, to push yourself beyond repair, to indulge in hard work to the extent wherein you don't even know what it actually means to be productive because you're lost in this cycle, the cycle of wanting to do more with no ceiling of an end in sight, but only more and more work till there's nothing left but an individual that's sick and tired of the routine that you've pushed yourself onto without really understanding why you started doing this work in the first place. What is the meaning behind it? If there's no meaning in that which you do, then what is the point of doing more? If there's no direction, then are you nothing but Sisyphus pushing a boulder up endlessly, progressively, pretending to imagine himself happy? But can you? Can you be a part of that myth? Do you actually want to be a part of that myth? To endlessly push a boulder upwards just for it to come crashing down the next day or even that moment, and then continuously keep pushing it up and up and up over and over again without realizing why is it that you do it? And that's why it's more important than ever to understand your reason of why. Otherwise, what is this point of going down this rabbit hole of endless, toxic, productivity.